Props are typically the only way that parents' components can interact with their children. When we modify a child, you re-render it with new props. In some cases, we want to reach out to individual elements to figure out what their values are. The way that we can do this is with refs. So let's go ahead and open our Add Day form again, and we're going to add all of these refs to our input fields. So we'll just add another value here, ref equals resort. We're going to say ref equals date. Then we will add ref equals powder. And finally, ref equals backcountry. Excellent. The other thing I want to do here is let's add a button to this form so this thing actually works. So we're going to add button, and it should say add day. Awesome. So now that we have created refs for all of our inputs, we need to handle the submission of this form, or we actually need to capture these values. So let's go ahead to our component, and we're going to add submit as a new function. We're going to send in E so that we can use e.preventDefault to prevent the default behavior of the form submission, which will be to clear it out. And then we're going to console.log resort this refs.resort.value. So just like we have a props object that we can use this.refs to grab, we can use refs the same way. So let's create 4 of these. So our date will be this refs date value. Now, since we're using checkboxes for the powder day and the backcountry day, we need to use powder this refs powder dot checked. Awesome. And then the final one, of course, is backcountry. Cool. So now we can attach this to the form. So the submit is going to be the behavior of submitting the form. So we're going to say on submit equals this dot submit. Excellent. Now the final last step I need to do here, since we're using an ES6 class component, is I need to, in the constructor, let's set up our constructor first. So we'll send in props to the constructor and to super. We need to bind this. So when we create a custom method and we need to use this for this.submit or anything else, we need to have this accessible. So all we need to do here is use this.submit.bind this. So oftentimes in ES6 class components, you'll see several of these set up in the constructor, which has a functionality to it, but it also allows you to see all of the different custom methods right there at the top. Okay, so let's give this a run, and we still have all of our values coming from default props. So if I click add day, we should see resort Kirkwood, date, powder, and backcountry. So refs have grabbed all of those values for us, and then we can pass that data to other places in the next videos.